Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we begin tonight with breaking news. Right now, police are investigating a deadly crash on the south side of our city. Want to give you a live look at this still active scene on E Street near Madison Avenue. This crash happened around 9 tonight. Police are confirming the wreck involved a motorcycle and an SUV. Investigators are telling us the motorcyclist was killed tonight. The other driver apparently is going to be okay. Police tell us that witnesses told them the motorcycle was traveling at a high rate of speed right before the collision, but officers did not elaborate on the exact cause of that crash. Police say it is imperative that all drivers use caution on the roads.
One thing, it's summer, more people are out. You know, my message to the public is we all share the roads together, and every driver out here plays some type of responsibility in the safety on our street. So I would just urge everyone to slow down, pay attention, don't be on your phone, look out for each other so that everyone can arrive to their destination safely.
Police did tell us there are no signs of intoxication. The driver of the SUV will be tested. That is standard procedure. And now to the weather impact on this Monday night. Getting outside in this weather right now feels like you are hitting a wall. I mean, we're talking humidity, heat, and heavy storms. Angela's here in the Weather Center. And this week we're going to feel the hottest temperatures of the year, right?
Yes, if it verifies, we have close to 90 degrees on Wednesday and Thursday this
wow.
week.
All right.
We will also be dealing with the daily storm chance, but very similar to the last several days. We're not forecasting washouts, but we are forecasting these complexes of storms to interrupt those outdoor activities. You can see what we have on radar continuing to weaken a bit as it continues to move our way. These several complexes of thunderstorms have been developing across parts of Illinois. We do have a little bit of lightning with this storm coming out of Vermilion, headed into the western sections of Park County. So heads up Rockville, if this one holds together, you're going to have a downpour and you're going to have some thunder and lightning as well. Future Track 13 picking up on that little complex of storms, continuing to weaken, but additional storm development is possible overnight and early tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about that in the Tuesday forecast.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Want to remind our viewers at home that you can find our live Doppler 13 radar streaming 24/7. So that means you can check the forecast anytime. Just download our free streaming app on your TV. Now to a major development in a heartbreaking case that has shaken the community of Cumberland. Police now tell us they have arrested a 22-year-old man in connection with a deadly hit-and-run crash that killed a 6-year-old boy on Sunday morning. We've got Logan Gay, who was at that news conference when police announced that arrest. So Logan, what else did you learn?
Well, Scott, using surveillance footage and license plate readers, investigators were able to identify the vehicle involved and trace it back to its registered owner. Police say that owner had actually sold the car just 2 weeks before the crash, but the information he provided helped lead detectives to the man they now believe was driving.
For the past 37 hours, Cumberland police say detectives have been working around the clock to find the driver accused of hitting and killing a 6-year-old boy, then leaving the scene. As investigators search for answers, a growing memorial outside the Cumberland City Hall marked the spot where the child lost his life.
His mom told me that they go to the park across the street, they go to Dollar Tree together, they walk there together and walk back home, and that's pretty much where he knows. And from the video, it looks like that's where he went.
We're told the boy was nonverbal and had autism. Mark Wagner with Cumberland Police say they're still reviewing surveillance video to determine how long the child had been outside and what happened in the moments leading up to the crash.
Was probably attracted to something on this side of the road and decided to cross.
Investigators say their work eventually led them to a vehicle that's seen in the area often. Police arrested a 22-year-old man during a traffic stop Monday afternoon. While detectives believe the crash itself was an accident, they say the decision to leave the scene changed everything.
With talking with him, I think he realizes the gravity of the situation, maybe not fully yet, but it's imperative. If he would have stopped, I think this would have been a very different situation. We still would have had a life lost, but I think some responsibility would have been a lot easier to handle.
For the family, the arrest doesn't ease the pain of losing their son, but police say it does provide some answers as they begin to process an unimaginable loss.
It's hard to put into words the exact emotions that they had. Immediate heartbreak. It's hard to imagine if you haven't lost a child what that would be.
The boy's family was in the building as police shared these new developments, but they declined to comment. Right now, they're focused on grieving and say it's still too soon to speak publicly about their loss.
All right, Logan, thank you so much. There is a heightened focus tonight on festival safety after a shooting in Greenwood. All of this unfolding Friday at a church event. Police tell us an argument led to the gunfire. They say a 16-year-old pulled a gun and fired multiple rounds. One of those bullets hit another teenager in the foot. A fairgoer recorded video of the moment when police took that suspect into custody. This is the time of year that these kinds of festivals are happening every weekend. Safety, as you know, is always top of mind. Holy Rosary Church says it is increasing security for the upcoming Italian Street Festival.
The entire perimeter of our event is encapsulated with temporary 6 to 8 foot fences. We have 3 points of entrance. Those are manned by security officers and festival staff.
The church works with IMPD, the Archdiocese, and a security service. We also reached out to Indy Pride. Leaders there tell us they partner with IMPD. They've got an emergency action plan and even monitor online communications for potential threats. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. Tonight, a town councilor in Zionsville is being sued, accused of taking advantage of a woman with dementia. Attorneys for the family of Carolyn Pennington say Sarah Sampson tricked Pennington to get the deed to her home. Pennington's family argues that Pennington was not of sound mind when she signed the paperwork. Sampson's attorney argues the sale happened before any allegations of dementia. A Boone County judge will have to decide on a preliminary injunction. Tonight, police are searching for the driver accused of hitting and killing a man on the near south side of Indy. This crash happened late last night near Shelby and Raymond. Investigators just identified the victim as 50-year-old Earl Scruggs. They have not released any information about a possible suspect or a car involved. IMPD just announced 10 arrests connected to street racing and street takeovers. 4 of those arrests happened along 82nd Street, where large groups of trucks gathered doing burnouts and blocking traffic Saturday night. 3 others happened on local interstates. A popular downtown Indianapolis nightclub could lose its liquor license. The state penalized the patron saint earlier this year after a security guard shot 2 women outside the club last September. They were also fined for serving alcohol to a minor. Just this month, the Marion County Alcoholic Beverage Board denied the bar's request to renew its license. Now that recommendation goes on to the state's Alcohol and Tobacco Commission. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories streaming anytime. Just scan this QR code on your screen.